I don't know if this is going to be any good. I can't speak to that, but I think this is definitely a good direction. So let's get right into this article. Marvel kills off a Captain America storyline in favor of bringing back S.H.I.E.L.D. after an 8-year hiatus. This goes back to something I said, I think it was probably like 2 or 3 videos ago. You got to stick with what people like. And the thing is, S.H.I.E.L.D. does add a a certain thing to Captain America and Captain America stories and Avenger stories in general. And I don't think diminishing or getting rid of Shield is the way to go. There is a espionage spy element to Captain America and some Avengers books that lend themselves better when Shield is part of the story. And apparently somebody at Marvel seems to have gotten that message. Now, like I said, I can't say whether this is going to be good or not. Who knows? We'll see. Marvel Comics abandons the United Nations, delays Captain America as it prepares to remake the Marvel Universe. As the saying goes, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And as it turns out, you can't make a superhero without breaking a few deadlines. Case in point, Marvel hasn't replaced the co-stars of the upcoming Captain America #6 as it reworks the series to more closely tie in with its upcoming Armageddon event. It also pushed the book a month out on its publishing schedule as well. Now, I wonder how much of this is what is said here and how much of it is understanding that, we're kind of missing something with Shield not being a part of this. I don't know which one it is. It could be as simple as the article makes it seems. I don't know. Some context may be necessary to understand what's happening here. In August, Marvel announced that Captain America #6 would launch the second storyline in a relaunch series by writer Chip Zdarsky and artist Valerio Schiti. In December, by bringing the series into the present day, the first storyline takes place as Cap's past and tying it into the aftermath of the One World Under Doom storyline by introducing United Captains as at the time the team was described by the publisher as loyal super soldiers to the United Nations Security Council. In addition to Captain America, the team would consist of new characters: Captain Kingdom, representing the UK, Captain France, Red Widow, Russia, and the Star China. Yeah, I didn't read or know anything about this. I don't know how I feel about that idea. I don't think, and this is just me personally, I don't think you have to have a, Captain America variant for each nation in order for Captain America to be a good book. This is Captain America. And I wonder how much of that lends itself to bringing back S.H.I.E.L.D. and delaying this whole thing. Look, numbers talk. Numbers talk. I don't know what this book is selling and or not selling, but I would imagine if it wasn't doing well, that Marvel probably said, you know what? Maybe we just need to give the fans exactly what they want. I'm just guessing, just taking a guess. Let's see. As per Marvel's announcement at the time, the team would assemble with Captain America to keep Latveria from falling into chaos. But upon infiltrating the unstable and highly advanced country, their true motives will be revealed. The storyline would begin in Captain America #6 with art by Frank Alpizer and Delio Diaz to be released on December 17th. Unfortunately, the true motives look set to remain a mystery, just like the team itself. On November 7th, Marvel announced a change to the issue. The United Captains were no more, and instead the issue will feature the return of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, this is just I'm taking a guess. Just as a Marvel guy, the United Captains, that wouldn't really appeal to me at all. That, to me, it doesn't seem exciting. And I wonder if they heard from the fans And they kind of got the sense after putting feelers out there that I don't think this is really going to do well. Again, money talks, even though a lot of companies in this day and age seem to, even when they don't make money, go after, some ideas that may or may not work. But again, I like to cover things I like, and I think it's a good thing that S.H.I.E.L.D. is being brought back. We'll see how this works out. The spy organization, not seen in the comic book Marvel Universe since the Secret Empire storyline in 2017, and the press release announcing the change, writer Zdarsky said, "When we first announced plans for the second arc of this Cap run, I had a different idea in mind for the team supporting Steve. But when the possibility of a new S.H.I.E.L.D. came along, we just hit the ground running." That may be true. Marvel's editor-in-chief C.B. Cebulski added, "Ever since S.H.I.E.L.D. disbanded almost 10 years ago, the idea of bringing it back has come up at every creative retreat we've had. We've been working on the return of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a long time, and especially so over the past few months since our most recent creative retreat. After digging more into this Captain America story with Chip and Valerio and our teams, it became clear that this was the right story and right time to do so. And with this year being the 60th anniversary since S.H.I.E.L.D.'s debut, we thought it was even more fitting to make this happen." Now, this may be cut and dry just as it's being laid out to us, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that since the disbanding of S.H.I.E.L.D., either they realize or the fans have been letting them know, either by spending it or not spending, or just speaking up that, hey, what happened to S.H.I.E.L.D.? I don't think you always need to just get rid of things that came before. I don't think there was a necessity to get rid of S.H.I.E.L.D. You could have created another book if you wanted to do something separated from S.H.I.E.L.D., but that's just, how I think. I think they really realized they were missing something with S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. is part of the whole Captain America mythos. You almost can't have, I'm not going to say you can't have Captain America without S.H.I.E.L.D., but man, it's just, it's part of it. I don't see these two entities as something that you can just rip from each other and separate, if you know what I mean. There are two other changes to the issue that are worth noting. The revised cover now explicitly teases that the storyline is leading into summer 2026's Armageddon storyline, also written by Zdarsky. And the change to the storyline has delayed the comic by a month. It will now release January 21st, 2026. On the one hand, it's not uncommon that details change in stories between original concept and publication, and it's worth noting that Marvel announced and promoted the United Captains 4 months before the issue was set to be released. Unusually. On the other, the early announcement of the group of new characters that for the most part, the Red Widow is moved allegiance from the United Captains of S.H.I.E.L.D. from the United Captains to S.H.I.E.L.D. as part of this rethink. Seem set to no longer even appear is uncommon and somewhat surprising. The early announcement suggests that the character would be important to the Marvel Universe moving forward, but apparently not so important that they can't be quietly folded away into limbo when a better idea comes along. Whatever you think, because some people just do not like Chip Zdarsky at all. I don't have disdain for one creator or another. There's some people whose stories I like more. There's some people who I don't care for. But I will say this. The fact that something told them, something indicated this might not do well. This might not be the direction we want to go. That's my guess. Because you don't just see things completely going away like this. It's almost like they tried to silently just push this out of the way, like, we're going another direction. Look, whether you like him or not, that is a good sign. The sign that, hey, maybe this isn't a good story, we'll pivot. Not everything in comics is good, but not everything is bad, as I always like to say. Perhaps even more surprising is how late this change seems to have been made at Marvel. The original version, Captain America #6, was part of the December 2025 advance announcement made by the publisher on September 18th, as late as October 23rd, when January 2026 issue were announced by the publisher. Captain America #6 was not on the list. Neither, notably, was Captain America #7, as Armageddon comes together across the next few months ahead of its June 2026 launch. It'll be worth paying attention to whether other Marvel titles will be similarly impacted by revised storylines and delays as moves are made behind the scenes to set up the new status quo. I'm not going to say, oh, this is great news, it's going to be good. I don't know. But it is good to see that these companies can make changes on the fly like this. Sometimes you throw out an idea, and if the idea is not good, you have to be nimble enough to go, okay, we need to shelve that, maybe rework that or something, but we need to do something else for the fans. That's a good thing. That is a good thing.